Hey everyone, it's Angela Allen from the Handmade Homestead. Welcome back and welcome to day number 2 of the 365 days of gardening. Well, I don't know about where you live, but here in the United States, having the flu right now is more common than having the regular common cold. And so there are sick people everywhere you go, and if you don't have the flu yet, you're probably going to get it sooner or later, or someone in your family will. So today, keeping in mind that we're doing the pantry challenge from Three Rivers Homestead 2, I am going to show you a neat little trick for having almost instant chicken noodle soup at your fingertips, ready to go with just a couple of minutes and very minimal preparation. If you do the work now, when you need it, it'll basically just be heat and serve. So let's go. Now this idea is a really good way to use up some of your pantry stores and put them to good use for meals really quickly. But what we are going to do is take some of those pantry stores and put them into a base for chicken soup, and we're going to freeze those. I'm not going to can them. You could can them if you wanted to, but for me it's just a whole lot easier to make up a few bags of this, vacuum seal it, and throw it in my upstairs freezer so I can just grab it in a pinch when I need it. So if you are a pressure canner and you can absolutely can this as well. All right, so we have started with making some really, really great bone broth. In my case, this happens to be turkey bone broth because I cooked a hotel turkey breast 2 days ago, and I made broth in the last 24 hours. I made bone broth with that, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use turkey meat, but you could certainly use any poultry that you wanted. You could use anything that you wanted, but you can use chicken and chicken bone broth too. And if you're like me, you probably already have a freezer full of chicken bone broth or other kinds of bone broth. So I do have a big pot of bone broth ready. We're going to pull out some carrots from storage, some celery from storage, wash them, chop them up, and get those ready. I've already deboned the meat, so I have a container full of meat too. So we are going to prep veggies and then put this all together, and we'll be ready just in case any of us get sick, or even just in case any of us want a bowl of chicken noodle soup for dinner or a quick lunch. These are just regular vacuum seal bags. I am going to vacuum seal these, but you could put yours in any kind of a container you think would be fitting for you and your situation. Again, unless you are canning them. I love these little stands. They're very inexpensive. They come in packs of 4 or 6. You can find them down below in my little Amazon shop under kitchen. I think it says kitchen gadgets or something like that. I've had them for many years actually, and they hold up really well. They're super easy to wash. They hold the bags pretty sturdy. And I am going to make 4 of these chicken soup starter packs because that's about what I have meat for. So first order of business is to get these vegetables all washed and chopped, and get this meat chopped, and then we'll be able to load that right up into the bag. This is super simple, super fast, and it will save me a lot of time. These have been scrubbed clean, so all of the peelings are clean. They will go in a bag in the freezer for the next time I make bone broth. know what kind of a peeler that you use. This is specifically a left-hander's peeler, but it comes in right hand too. I bought this originally on Milk Street. I'm not sure if you can buy them on Amazon, but I will take a look and post one below if they do. This is the best ever. It's super sharp. The blades are replaceable, though I've never had to replace a blade. And fits your hand really well. They're super easy to clean. So check those out if that's something that, if you do a lot of peeling, that's definitely a helpful thing. This right here is one of the best used, best loved pieces of equipment in my kitchen. It's just a kitchen chopper. You can see the size of the blade there, the size of the chunks you get. They're just right for soup. These come with smaller blades too. This is my smaller blade for this machine. I don't know if you can see how small that really is. But that's perfect for zucchini relish, something like that. But for soup and in a hurry, this works so well. It is loud, but they work really, really well and really, really fast. And you get nice uniform pieces, so it makes it a dream if you're a dehydrator, because everything will come out in the same size. I go through maybe 2 of these a year. I can maybe get a year out of one. I think I've had this one for a year. But when I have one I'm using, I always have a brand new one downstairs in my long-term storage pantry in a box. So if this breaks, I have another one handy that I can take out of a box and use. They're not very expensive. They're probably between $15 and $30 on Amazon, depending on what features or extra add-on things you buy with it. This one has a mandolin slicer ability. I don't use that because I have a mandolin slicer that I use, but this one does have that ability and does have parts for it. All right, I'm going to get the rest of this stuff chopped up and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now we have all our ingredients together. It's just a matter of putting them in the bags. So chicken, carrots, celery, green onions. This is carrot tops and parsley, and this is thyme. There's already salt and pepper in this concentrated broth, and we're going to use some of that too. So let's layer our bags and we'll be ready to seal and freeze.
I'm going to use a funnel to put this broth in here because I don't want the broth on the plastic. It will keep the plastic from sealing. And we're not going to overfill these. This is really concentrated bone broth, roasted turkey, in fact, bone broth. Just going to put a couple in each one. And that way when I go to make this soup, all I have to do is grab a bag of bone broth from my freezer, throw it in with it, and let the whole thing defrost and cook at the same time. This vacuum sealer is indispensable in my house. Now, because this is a liquid, I am not going to vacuum seal this. I'm just going to seal the bag, and I'm going to squeeze the air out. I keep my vacuum sealer up on a little bit of a pedestal like that so that the liquids don't back up and leak out when I try to seal stuff. If this was down on the ground, I wouldn't be able to seal it. So that works really well for me. I am going to double seal the bag. That's the first seal. You can see it heat seals it, but we're going to seal it again. Let it cool for a second. I don't have any issue with putting these vegetables in here, raw, because they're going to cook in the soup pot. It's not really going to change the texture, and we're going to use them before too long. We do eat a lot of soup in our family, and especially this time of year. I'll put these in the freezer flat so that they are easy and faster to defrost when I go to use them. I did put over 4 cups of chicken broth in here, so I really don't have to add anything else. I can just open this, put it in a pot. I can put more chicken broth in it or more poultry broth if I want, or I can just use it as is. It's probably perfect as is. Throw a handful of noodles in if we want, or if we don't, or leftover cooked rice works fine too, and they are ready to go. So yes, I am taking stuff out of my pantry, and then I am going to turn around and put stuff back into my pantry storage. But in doing this, I've used up and emptied a bag of green onions, a handful of carrots, and a handful of celery from my stores, and they're all ready to make meals that will come in handy for our family in the next couple of months. So am I putting something back in my pantry? I am. But did I remove a bunch of other things in my pantry? I did. So I'm fine with that. And everything in the herbs, the celery, the onions, the carrots, they all came from our garden. These will come in handy for my family, and the bone broth we made too as well. So the only thing that's not from us directly is not only the plastic bags, but the turkey meat. Well, thank you for joining me today while we used some of our pantry staples to make some quick freezer meal chicken noodle soup for cold and flu season. We were able to use up several things in our pantry. Yes, we're putting a few things back, but we will use them up in the next couple of weeks for meals, and they will be handy
handy to have and save us so much time in the kitchen for having to do that each time individually. So don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us so much. We are actively trying to grow, and your participation, your like, your comment, your share, those things help us so much with the algorithm and with growing. And we are so grateful for your support. I will see you next time. Take care.